Hi, I'm Dr. James Meschino, and I want to explain the research and science behind the supplement called Cardio Essentials that I formulated for Adëeva Nutritionals. Now, the supplement contains three important ingredients: Coenzyme Q10, Hawthorn, and quercetin, which is a flavonoid. Now, let's start with Coenzyme Q10. You know, your body makes CoQ10 throughout your entire life. But by the time you're 25 years old, you start to make a little less. By the time you're 45 years old, you're making significantly less. Now, what does CoQ10 do? CoQ10 helps your cells convert food into energy so the cells will have the energy that they need. So a decline in CoQ10 can actually start to cause a bit of a power shortage. By the time you're 45 years old, you don't realize it, but there's a power shortage occurring in many of the cells in your body. So they can't produce the energy that they once could because they're missing the CoQ10, or they don't have optimal amounts anymore. And the tissues that seem to be more susceptible to this are the heart muscle, because the heart has to keep pumping every second of your life. So if it's running out of energy, the heart pump gets a little weaker. It can lead to high blood pressure problems, that's proven. And it can lead to congestive heart failure as you get older, that's also been shown. Brain cells are also affected by this energy shortage, so the brain doesn't function as well. And the immune system, certain immune cells require CoQ10 for optimal function, so the immune system gets a little more sluggish. We've seen studies now showing that in Parkinson's disease, one of the underlying causes of the problem is that a part of the brain can no longer get access to CoQ10. And that leads to the development and the changes in the brain that we see in Parkinson's disease. Now, that's been proven in studies that have been published in neurology journals in the last decade. So clinical studies have shown that this drop-off in CoQ10 is linked to these health problems that I'm mentioning, and so they then took CoQ10 and they gave it to patients that had congestive heart failure, improvement. Patients with angina, improvement. Patients with high blood pressure, it lowered it. Patients with Parkinson's disease, helping to stabilize the disease. So you say, well, if I ever get those diseases, I'll remember CoQ10. You don't wait to develop problems like this. After the age of 45, we all have some level of CoQ10 deficiency, and we're on our way to problems like this. So the idea is to begin supplementing with CoQ10 by the age of 45. So the thing to know next is that CoQ10 works in conjunction with the herb known as hawthorn, because hawthorn also works to convert food into energy. It does it in a way that's very complementary to the action of CoQ10. So they work sort of hand in glove to maximize cellular energy. Clinical studies with hawthorn have shown it can help to reverse congestive heart failure, help to lower high blood pressure, help to improve certain types of angina. And it also increases blood flow to the heart muscle by opening up the coronary blood vessels. That's an important way to prevent risk of having a heart attack. So together, CoQ10 and hawthorn optimize cellular energy, and hawthorn has some specific additional benefits to blood flow within the heart itself. So it's extremely valuable for the prevention of cardiovascular disease. The other nutrient in Cardio Essentials is quercetin. It's a flavonoid found in many plants. Many studies show that higher blood levels of quercetin are associated with a significant reduction in risk of heart disease and other cardiovascular problems, such as the Zutphen elderly study. They've been following a population for many years. Higher blood levels of quercetin, after you control for the other confounding variables, strongly linked to prevention of cardiovascular disease. How does it work? Well, quercetin decreases inflammation in the blood vessel wall. You probably have heard that inflammation in the blood vessel wall can be a contributing factor to heart disease, and it can. Quercetin's been shown to decrease that inflammation and lower what's called the CRP level, which indicates that the inflammation is going down. And quercetin also acts as an antioxidant, we think making the cholesterol in your bloodstream less likely to stick to the walls of the arteries in the very first place. So my recommendation is this: with Cardio Essentials, by the time you're 45 years old, for prevention, general wellness, take 1 capsule a day. At age 55, I would start taking 2 capsules a day. By age 60 or 65, I might even take 3. Now, if you have any of the health conditions that I mentioned in this video, then you're probably going to need higher doses on a more therapeutic level, but under the direction of a health professional, you would take those higher doses. The bottom line is this: many cases of high blood pressure can be prevented and better managed by using this nutrient combination. Many cases of congestive heart failure could be prevented. It really looks like these nutrients may even help to be a valuable asset in terms of Parkinson's disease based on the recent research that we've seen regarding especially CoQ10 and Parkinson's. So it's a very important proactive strategy. And I'll tell you this, you can't just rely, we see many cases, I've seen patients like this, excellent diet, run marathons, in great shape, and all of a sudden they get congestive heart failure anyway. Their blood pressure goes up anyway. They develop Parkinson's disease anyway, because there's a missing link in the story. And the missing link in this respect is CoQ10, Hawthorn, and quercetin. I put them together into Cardio Essentials. If you're 45 years old or you're older, I believe it's an essential supplement that you should take every day. That's why I called it Cardio Essentials. So I hope you'll take this information to heart and use it in a very prudent way. And I thank you very much for watching.